Alright guys, so here it is, the MissingNo facts that you perhaps never knew. Let's start off by talking about what MissingNo actually is. So, there are 5 of these guys. Regular MissingNo in red and blue, Ghost MissingNo, Aerodactyl MissingNo, Kabutops MissingNo, and normal MissingNo in yellow version. Here's what they look like while battling against them, while using them in battle, and what they look like in their party menu respectively. These first 4 are the MissingNo you can find in red and blue. The regular yellow MissingNo looks like this, and the menu sprite turns into a fat guy for God knows why. Straight up, there are 3 ways to get MissingNo in red and blue. The first and most well-known way is the Old Man glitch, where you talk to the old man in Viridian City who shows you how to catch a Pokemon, then you fly to Cinnabar Island and surf up and down the coast. Second is the Mew glitch, named after its widespread use to actually catch a legit Mew in-game. This glitch utilizes a bug where you can escape from a trainer battle before it actually happens. Then, by facing a Pokemon with a particular special stat, you can encounter all sorts of other Pokemon in-game, including Mew. The third is known as the Johto Guard glitch, which requires a Gen 2 game and a link cable in addition to red and blue. For this reason, we will only talk about the OG methods, which can be done solo cart in red and blue. Regular MissingNo is known as regular for the very reason that it is the most common version to populate in a Pokemon game. Through the Old Man glitch, if the 3rd, 5th, or 7th letter in your name are any of the following, this is the MissingNo that will pop up while surfing along Cinnabar's coast. Through the Mew glitch, if you face any Pokemon with one of these special stats, this is the MissingNo that will appear as well. The regular MissingNo in yellow version looks a little bit different. It actually has the color palette of a Pikachu, and when caught in game can have some serious side effects, such as displaying multiple trainers on your screen simultaneously, freezing, and corrupting your game data. For this reason, this MissingNo is a much larger danger than its red and blue counterpart. You actually can't catch the regular yellow MissingNo through the Old Man glitch, since it was patched by the time yellow was released. But through the Mew glitch, there are still a number of different special stats that will yield this MissingNo. The fossil MissingNo are relatively rare. The Kabutops MissingNo will only appear through the Old Man glitch if you have a W in the 3rd, 5th, or 7th character spot in your name, and the Aerodactyl one will show up with an X in one of those same spots. As far as the Mew glitch goes, a Pokemon with a special stat of 182 or 183 will yield Kabutops MissingNo or Aerodactyl MissingNo respectively. These MissingNo actually appear this way because they are pulling the data from the Pewter City Museum exhibits that display these 2 fossilized Pokemon there. The stats and movesets for these MissingNo take the data from the last Pokemon in your party other than another special MissingNo. The Ghost MissingNo is also relatively rare. It will appear through the Old Man glitch if you have a Y in the 3rd, 5th, or 7th character spot of your name, and the Mew glitch if you encounter a Pokemon with a special stat of 184. This MissingNo pulls its visual data from the ghosts you encounter in Lavender Town's Pokemon Tower if you don't have the Sylph Scope. Stat-wise, regular red and blue MissingNo, if counted among normal Pokemon, has the highest attack base stat of all valid Pokemon in red and blue. Holy shit. This would be the 13th highest of all Pokemon currently known, excluding other glitch Pokemon, Mega Pokemon, and different forms of the same Pokemon. Sadly, MissingNo's normal form has the lowest defense base stat of any Pokemon of all time, not including other glitch Pokemon, coming in at an astonishing 0. Type-wise, MissingNo takes neutral damage from most types, except it's weak to fighting and immune to Ghost. This means MissingNo acts like a complete normal type despite its listed bird normal dual typing. Have you ever looked at MissingNo's height and weight? This thing weighs a freaking ton and comes at a whopping 10 feet tall. Me personally, I'm 5'10". So holy crap, that's like sending out a whole building. But perhaps the most interesting thing MissingNo has helped us realize is that there were originally going to be 190 Pokemon included in Red and Blue, instead of the 151 we have today. Even Shigeki Morimoto, you know, the guy who created Mew and snuck it into the game, has confirmed this fact. Here's an early concept art of Pokemon. Doesn't that Pokemon look familiar? It's totally Rhydon. Rhydon was actually the first Pokemon ever created. Now, when each Pokemon was actually inserted into the game, they were given an identifier known as an index number. These index numbers range from 1 to 190, with Rhydon coming in at number 1. Since we knew Rhydon was created first, and its index number is number 1, we could hypothesize that the Pokemon in Red and Blue were inserted according to their order of creation. And yet, while looking through the index numbers, random spots throughout tend to be missing. These have been replaced with the name MissingNo, which is used for the invalid Pokemon with index numbers in between valid Pokemon. Supporting this theory is the fact that of the 39 MissingNo, 9 of them have unique cries that do not consist of 00 values. The cries are located in a table between real Pokemon cries, suggesting that there are not garbage data. Also, 151 plus 39 comes to around 190, which helps support the case. If you do listen to these cries, 181's pretty special because it sounds exactly like Crobat, who clearly wasn't in Red and Blue. Even further evidence is seen on a forum post on Smogon by a personal friend of mine who talked to Shigeki Morimoto. Mr. Morimoto confirmed that there were indeed supposed to be 190 Pokemon included in Red and Blue, but they had to save the rest for later due to data constrictions. Here is a list of the 39 different MissingNo locations in the index number list. The name next to each one represents the Pokemon a Gen 2 game will see these MissingNo as when hooked up to trade with a Gen 1 game through link cable. And that's about it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned something. And if you liked it, my good subscribers. Otherwise, maybe you guys would be interested in checking out one of my other videos. Besides that, really appreciate the view. Really appreciate you guys. And let me know what you guys thought in the comments section. Hopefully you guys liked it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.